Reasons to live and reasons to love. I'm not satisfied 'cause I think too much. Glee with budding trees, you climb with aching knees, but you won't smell the flowers 'cause pollen makes you sneeze. I'm an imposter, I worry you'll figure out. Why say you love me if you are having doubt? Fear, hate, and war machines, input from computer screens. Without you it's cold and lonely, pressed with drugs so I feel cozy. Free of one but full of me. You'll have me, don't look so bleak. Eat my lips below the knees, and I wanna be your only squeeze. Reasons to live and reasons to love. I'm not satisfied 'cause I don't get out enough. Sit in our seats under stars and falling leaves. You pick the spot as long as it's on the beat. I'm not your father, although I fork it out. Why say you hate me if you're not moving out? Fear, hate, and war machines, input from computer screens. Without you it's cold and lonely, suppressed with drugs so I feel cozy. Wake up in familiar rooms, 1,000 lives lived and consumed. Simulation, humiliation, this is now my true fixation.
Hello, my friends, operator Starsky here. As always, it's a big pleasure to see you guys. I prepared coffee for our moderators and for you guys as well. But I will be the one drinking it, of course. Okay, guys, we have a lot of updates today, mainly regarding the FSB-affiliated organization known as Russian Orthodox Church in Ukraine. But traditionally, let's check out what we have. So, recently, one of the Russian, I don't know how to call him, like nationalist, fascist. So his name is Polinkov, and he is a very, very close friend of the international terrorist Igor Girkin, also known as Strelkov. And in his video that he published, I believe yesterday, he called not to exchange Russian conscripts that were captured as prisoners of war in Kursk, because, according to this Russian patriot and nationalist, they surrendered without fight. So yesterday, as not like I predicted, it was obvious, Russians tried to set up several pontoons across the same river Seine, and here we can see footage from FPV drone striking one of the vehicles, and there you can see remains of this pontoon. So actually it was destroyed. Not sure if only one or two were hit, but as I said, this river is under control of our strike drones and artillery. Russians have not many chances to set up this pontoon across the river. Why it's important is it's important because there is a big group of Russian personnel that is currently encircled, and they are locked between river and advancing Ukrainian armed forces. So there's a big chance that we will capture quite some prisoners there. But besides that, we have update from Suja coming from the Russian monitoring channels, and we have update that in the morning they identified this Ukrainian unit as 95th Airborne Assault Brigade, armed with German mortars. So, according to Russians, they tried to take Malaya Lakhnya under control. Malaya Lakhnya, holy dog, I mean, like branding in Russia is freaking insane. Malaya Lakhnya. I don't know even how to translate it in English. It's freaking ridiculous. Anyways, so according to Russians, before starting the assault on Malaya Lakhnya, Ukrainian forces cut the important highway between Russian troops in Russkaya Porечная and Malaya Lakhnya. We can see it here on the map. If we zoom here to the Kursk, currently we know that this area in... let me try to, like, I will not be trying to draw the front line, but it starts basically somewhere here. But we have Malaya Lakhnya in this particular place. Oh my god. Come on, load, dude. What are you doing? No, actually everything's right. It's like I don't know how to zoom properly because I have, pause. Let me... come on, dude, work with me. People are watching. It's embarrassing. Suja. It was here. So here we have Korneva. Korneva is... I won't be saying that it's under 100% Ukrainian control already, but why don't you cooperate? Malaya Lakhnya, my dear friends, and here is Russkaya Porечная. So, as far as I understood, Ukrainian troops moved like in this general direction and attacked from here. So currently Russians are locked. Give me red color. Oh my god, nothing works today, guys. I'm really, really sorry. But you see the general picture. Basically, Russkaya Porечная is on its own, and Malaya Lakhnya is currently under Ukrainian attack from, I believe, from this direction. So we will hear more news about them, and what's cool about it is that approximately something like 5 kilometers left to completely cut the Russian troops and lock them completely in that pocket, so they will have river on their back and Ukrainian troops on their front. Oh my god. Why don't you work? Jesus! It wasn't supposed to be like that. But another important thing. So another Russian channel, now from Zaporizhia, this time, they say that in Pologovsky region of Zaporizhia, Ukrainian armed forces started offensive. So according to this Russian channel, as soon as Russian troops from this direction, from Zaporizhia, were relocated to Kursk Oblast, Ukrainian armed forces began offensive. Pologovsky region is right here. That is Pologovsky region. And one thing about this place, actually not this place, actually it's in Kherson, occupied part of Kherson. I'm not sure why it's lagging so much today. Guys, I really hope that you can hear me well, because Oh, there's a place called Open. Yeah. Because internet lags like crazy today. But in Kherson, here we have this desert that I was talking about. Remember, we were talking about like different landscapes of Ukraine, and there was this like desert. We call it Olashki, but also here in the occupied part of Kherson Oblast, we have a huge natural reserve called Askania Nova. It's an enormously big natural reserve with all kinds of rare animals, Przewalski horses, all kinds of plants that were brought there from all around the world. Basically, the climate in this area is really, really nice. And according to the latest reports from our ecologists, basically Russians completely destroyed and burned this natural reserve. I want to find like confirmation regarding this, but generally it doesn't sound really good. And of course, Russians produced already a lot of different misinformation and disinformation regarding Ukrainian advance in Kursk, and among them, the coolest one that I could find. Remember, there were rumors in the beginning of the Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022 that Russians were massively using their mobile crematoriums, and basically we even had footage of those crematoriums delivered with them to the territory of Ukraine. I believe that you probably saw that. So, as you know, Russians like absolutely love projecting their own shit on normal people. So they came up with this fake, it's Russian Argumenty and Fakty newspaper. So they say that those who died in Kursk Oblast, I'm not sure if they're talking about they're talking about locals, basically. So they say that Ukrainian armed forces are burning locals in the crematoriums. And here it says Ukraine purchased at least 2 such mobile hospitals with crematoriums, and they show a picture. Like, this is a quote, guys. So I'm not sure if like this, and I believe that this photo probably was taken from, I don't know, like Auschwitz. Not sure if this looks like a mobile crematorium to you. Because to me, it looks like, I don't know. Guys, if you have been in Auschwitz, please let me know, because I saw a documentary, I saw a guy, a blogger, making a video there, and I think they looked like that, or similarly. So what they say is that Ukrainian armed forces are burning bodies of civilians in crematoriums. That's why you will not see civilians just scattered on the streets like we saw in Bucha. And also, several streams ago, I was talking about those lethal injections. So according to Russians, again, like Ukrainian armed forces giving people lethal injections, and they die without any like traces, without any wounds or anything like that. Okay, those are main news of today, guys, and let's talk about Russian Church in Ukraine. But before we switch to this one, let me tell you briefly the not like the history, because you probably already know the history. If you want to know why nobody wants Russian Church in Ukraine, please check out our documentary on the website, on the channel of the Propaganda Study Institute. What was the situation in Ukraine generally regarding religion, regarding religious organizations and churches? So after the collapse of the Soviet Union, we had like Russian Church, okay. As you probably know, Russian Church is how Russian KGB and then FSB called their probably most powerful intelligence project within KGB. So after collapse of the Soviet Union, we had Russian Church. Then part of this church separated in Ukrainian Church of Kiev Patriarchate. Then there was Українська Автокефальна Церква, another Orthodox Church. Then we had several churches emerging, like Catholic churches, Roman Catholic, Greek Catholic. Then we have and had Muslim Center in Ukraine. Then we had Central Synagogue in Kiev, and then we have plenty of synagogues all around Ukraine. So basically we have a lot of them. But the main battle has been waged between Russian Church and like Russian Orthodox Church and Ukrainian Orthodox Church. So in order to separate them from us and show that our churches are not legitimate, they were calling themselves Ukrainian Orthodox Church of Moscow Patriarchate. And our guys were calling themselves Ukrainian Orthodox Church of Kiev Patriarchate, because we established Kiev Patriarchate, which is historically correct, basically, because we had churches in Kiev like 5,000 years before they emerged in Muscovia. And the main battles were waged between those two, Kiev Patriarchate and Muscovian Patriarchate. Later, I believe it happened in 2019, Ukraine organized its own, like, basically organized, established. I don't know how to translate it. Like prime Ukrainian Orthodox Church. And in order to make everything legit, our guys went all the way to Istanbul to Patriarch Bartholomew, which is the chief of the Orthodox Church in our part of Earth, okay? And this guy gave us Thomas, recognizing Ukrainian Orthodox Church. Russians quickly renamed themselves into Ukrainian Orthodox Church as well. But again, Russian Orthodox Church in Ukraine does not recognize anybody else. They don't even recognize Bartholomew, because as soon as he gave us Thomas, they cursed him. Literally, Orthodox Church, with its chief in Istanbul, cursed its chief in Istanbul. They have anathema against Bartholomew, as far as I remember. And they curse him like on every single sermon they have because of that. And then when asked, like, is Muscovian Church legal? Bartholomew said that there are no records proving that they were legit, that they were established according to Constantinople, like back in those days. Which was funny, and this is why they cursed him. They literally, guys, imagine like, I don't know, Greek Catholic Church in, I don't know, like Croatia, cursing Roman Pope. Just because, you know, just because. So, it's kind of funny. But because they are not legitimate, they called themselves Ukrainian Orthodox Church, even though they only recognized Patriarch Kirill the Russian former KGB, who operated in Austria, in Switzerland, pardon, and they only recognize him. They only recognize former Soviet territories, except for Georgia and Armenia. They have different branch there, but Russian Orthodox Church in Ukraine, even though it was calling itself Ukrainian Orthodox Church, it had nothing in common with like Ukrainian Orthodox Church, because in Ukrainian church you can hear sermons in Ukrainian language on the first place. Those didn't recognize that. They always had their sermons in Russian. They were spreading Russian propaganda. They were talking shit about Ukraine, about Kiev Patriarch, yada yada. They were capturing churches like forcefully. They captured one of the oldest historical site in the Kiev downtown, which is Pecherska Lavra. That is heart of Eastern European Christianity, probably, because as soon as Kiev was built 1,000 and almost 600 years ago, we built caves in the beginning on the bank of River Dnipro, and then in those caves priests built like churches. So Christianity in Slavic world basically starts there in Kiev, and Russian priests captured all that. Long story short, so as soon as the Russian invasion of Ukraine began, and one important thing, as soon as Ukrainian church received Thomas from Constantinople in 2019, a lot of Russian churches on the Ukrainian territory switched, and they became like, they joined the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, the newly established Ukrainian Church. Why it's important, guys? It's because a lot of Ukrainians, as you probably know, are Orthodox. I would say, I'm not sure if majority, maybe majority, maybe like 50%, like roughly, okay, roughly 50%, because everybody in like central, southern, eastern Ukraine, northern Ukraine, like I would say 50% of them are Orthodox, and other 50% are Greek Catholic, Roman Catholic, Muslim, Jewish. Who else? Remember, we saw that website of Ukrainian Rastafari Church, the one that I want to join someday. So we had plenty of them. What happened next? As soon as Russian invasion began, Russian priests started like spreading Russian propaganda, calling to collaborate with the invaders. Some of them actually, like in places like Hostomel, for example, they were literally, because we had a Russian church there, they were literally bringing Russian invaders to houses of local, like, pro-Ukrainian people, and Russian invaders killed them. This is how, for example, mayor of Hostomel was killed. He was shot. And after that, they realized that, oopsie, Ukraine is not capitulating, and the future of Russian church that was literally calling every day the Ukrainian people to surrender, to collaborate with Russian invaders, to stop killing their brothers invading Ukraine and stuff like that. They realized, oopsie, guys, like something's not going according to plan. And people decided that we don't want affiliated with the FSB, Russian Church, anymore. So what was the story? You probably heard a lot of bullshit from like Marjorie Taylor Greene and other liars that and propagandists that Russian church was banned in Ukraine. Not only Russian, but Jewish Nazi Zelensky banned religion in Ukraine. But because Marjorie Taylor Greene always lies, remember we had this vivisection where we dissected Russian propagandists, and basically we were scrolling through different websites, and even the website of the Russian Orthodox Church in Ukraine was active, and they had their sermons, and they were updating that website frequently, like 3-5 posts a day. So nobody banned nobody, okay? Nico says it is pronounced Marjorie Traitor Green. Yeah. But today, Ukrainian parliament adopted resolution to finally ban this shit, and I cannot be happier. How exactly it happened? So in the beginning, it was 5th of March 2024, not 2023, and not 2022, it was this year. Unfortunately, because I believe that it was like 2 years too late, okay? The profile committee that regulates humanitarian and informational policies recommended Ukrainian parliament to support the law which would ban Russian church in Ukraine, which was very, very important. Shortly after that, literally like 1 month after that, Ukrainian church that was officially and legitimately established in 2019 by with the support of the main patriarch of the Orthodox Church, Vartholomew in Constantinople, in Istanbul. So this church, like literally in 2 months, called the parliament of Ukraine to ban the churches and religious organizations that were controlled or connected with Russia, which was absolutely proper thing to do because Russia is a terrorist country, they are invaders. After that, 17th of August 2024, unfortunately, my friends, I don't have those websites in English. That's why basically I'm translating them for you, because this is Ukrainian news websites, Ukrainian information that you can hardly find somewhere else. So Council of Churches supported banning Russian church in Ukraine. And here we have President Zelensky, who had a conversation with all the representatives of all the churches and religious organizations that we have in Ukraine. Here, for example, you can see Orthodox, Catholics, Jewish, I believe it's Greek Catholic, Protestants, Catholics, Muslims, Protestants and Muslims, those are Crimean, I believe, Crimean Tatars. So after being consulted by all the representatives of all Ukrainian religious organizations, this decision was taken to recommend the Parliament of Ukraine to ban religious organizations connected with Russia. Again, guys, it's a mistake to consider Russian Orthodox Church a church, because just to remind you, it was established in 1943 by Iosif Stalin. And Iosif Stalin is basically a bloody executioner. It's the same type of shit as Adolf Eichmann. Literally the same type of shit, guys. Dude who killed millions of people, including his own citizens. So, because nobody in 1943 wanted to fight for communists, and people despised communists big time. They were afraid of them, they hated them, and they despised Russian communists big time. Nobody wanted to fight for Bolshevik regime. So Stalin needed some kind of new source of motivation or inspiration for the people. And of course, in the 40s, the church was banned big time. Priests were massively shot. They were massively deported to gulags, to Siberia and stuff with their families. Churches were destroyed. They were demolished and used as, I don't know, storages, stables, and things like that. So in 1943, Stalin decided to restore Russian Church, and as soon as he did that, there are documents from like NKVD that confirm that 100% of the participants of this like synod, they were Russian spies, 100% of them. So it is a mistake to consider Russian Church as as something that has like relation to faith, to religion, or whatever. It's literally a KGB, and now it's FSB organization. As you probably remember, religion should not exist together with the state. It's like they're separate. Religion is separate, state is separate. This is how it's supposed to be. Religion must not influence like political decisions, and political agenda of a given country should not influence religion, because people have freedom of religion. At the same time, religion in Russia is basically state-driven organization. It's state-funded. They always support Russian military campaigns in other countries. They participate in combat. I'm talking about Russian priests, and 100% of Russian priests serving in the Russian Orthodox Church are spies. So, today was a historical day, and unfortunately it's like 2 years too late, but hopefully things will get better. What is the future for all those churches? Because according to the law that was adopted today, Russian churches have 9 months to either cease their operations completely or join any other church, like prime Ukrainian Orthodox Church that we have. What will they choose is their own choice, but I believe that a lot of them will choose to join Ukrainian Church, recognize Ukrainian Patriarch, or I don't know, whoever they want to recognize. Like literally, I don't care much. If Orthodox Church would like to switch and recognize like Roman Pope and become like a Roman Church, again, I will completely support that, because I don't really care. It's their own business. So that is the news, guys. I hope that sometime in the future other countries will also follow this example, because this is something really, really important. There are cases when Russian priests in other countries, I believe in Finland, in Estonia, they were arrested for espionage. You can Google those cases. Internet remembers everything. And also Russian Church. If you watched our small documentary at the Institute, Russian Church is also used not only to conduct espionage, but also to conduct, to recruit agents, spies, to launder money, to establish logistics between Russian militants, Russian terrorists, basically, and Russia itself, like they did in Donbass since 2014. It's really, really nasty stuff. Like, I respect people who are Orthodox. I 100% respect them because I am Orthodox. I was baptized as an Orthodox when I was born. But I don't consider Russian Church a church for the reasons I explained above. Okay, let's talk a bit about you guys. What's new? I really, really missed you. This weekend was completely, I don't know, completely crazy and cool. And I have a new cup. It's a Gryffindor cup from Hogwarts. Because, like, guys, what else do you expect? Like Slytherin, like Huff and Puff. Man, what is even like Ravenclaw? It's like, it sucks. Proper people choose Gryffindor because Gryffindor is the coolest. Questions. Oh my god, I almost forgot. I'm sorry. Wanna hear a joke? Rush. Thank you for this one. It was nice. It was a nice one. Yeah. So, is there still a legal Ukrainian Orthodox Church or not? I will show you this. That's all. So, here you can see Orthodox Church of Ukraine. Do they have a website version in English? Of course they don't. I'm really, really sorry. But this is the official website of the Orthodox Church in Ukraine, with all kinds of news, updates. This is the Orthodox Church in Ukraine. This is our stuff. This is how it looks like. Official website. Трьохсвятительська 8 Street. I've been there several times. This is the patriarch of our church. Come on, switch it. Oh my god. So yeah, we have Orthodox Church, and also all those people that you see on your screen, all those. We also have all those guys, Muslims, Jews, Crimean Muslims, Protestants, Roman Catholics, Greek Catholics, Rastafarians, my friends. So we have all of them, and they feel absolutely fine. Because, you know, when Marjorie Trader Green says that Jewish Nazi Zelensky banned religion in Ukraine, apparently, you know, because Marjorie Taylor Greene always lies, she wants to make other people believe that, you know, people cannot believe in God anymore in Ukraine. If you are like walking outside with like a cross or like this half moon or Star of David or whatever, you will get arrested and punished in this Nazi. Like, she's a fucking how to call like completely insane person? Like she's mentally ill, like literally. She's a fucking moron and propagandist. Telepень. That's the word, guys. Let's use Ukrainian cursing, okay? Any new technology Ukraine made or is using right now, I believe there's quite a few new things, but some things we will not see in the news in the upcoming weeks, maybe months. But today I saw those like dogs, I believe produced either by the UK or by Boston Dynamics. I literally was too lazy to read the text, but I saw them on the front line used by our soldiers, which is really cool. I don't really know how exactly they're used, maybe for reconnaissance, maybe for demining. I'm not a deminer, unfortunately. However, back in the days, we had like demining, like mining and demining courses. Back in those days, I remember. The fact is, and this is something that people must always understand, especially military people in combat. This is something that we were taught all the time since 2014. So if there's like a mine or an explosive device or a booby trap that were discovered, right? Anything that brings death through explosion. So if you are just a simple soldier and you're not a sapper, not a deminer, get the hell out of there. It's not your business. Don't freaking touch it. That's like the main rule that we were taught, because we were not the EOD guys learning how to disarm booby traps through Google. Usually leads to people going to hospital or morgue, as a result. So that's something that we were taught. But even despite that, we had mining and demining courses back in my days. Me and several of our sergeants. It was kind of cool. Why do the worst religions have boobs as roofs? I tell you this, worst religions have spies as priests and patriarchs. That's even worse, trust me. Any pedophiles lurking here? As of now, I can see 8. I can see almost 1,200 decent people from around the world and 8 pedophiles. I have my little fans here among them. Does Ukraine have freedom of religion? Of course we do. Of course we do. Russian Church doesn't have freedom anymore, but all other religions, you can pick anything. I remember the time when I was chilling in Kontraktova Square back in my days. I was like 21 or something, 20 maybe. And Krishnaites tried to recruit me. They were like dancing there, and actually they're really cool. They play accordion and those djembe or some different percussion, and they sing Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, and they tried to recruit me. It was so cool, and because I'm easily addicted to such rhythms. I can just fall into like deep trance listening to that. They were almost successful, but I prefer Zen Buddhism. Have you ever fought the terrorist with a foreign soldier? Day one, Aussie Viking. I'm not sure if you saw him on my channel, but I mentioned him several times. Aussie Viking, it is probably the longest fighting foreign soldier in Ukraine. He was with us, and I'm sure that he's watching this stream right now. By the way, bro, if you're watching this, hello. He was with us in Hostomel that very morning on the very first day. And he was there literally as a bystander in the beginning, but when the attack happened, he was with us. We brought him to our base, and he was with us. He was withdrawing with us from the base when we ran out of ammo. But he was with us from day one and until today. He's in a different unit now, but he's in our hearts. And by the way, Pasha from the Winged Hussars, my buddy, he can tell a lot about Aussie Viking. He's a legendary guy. Jesus didn't go around cursing people. Maybe the current church leaders think they know better. Yeah, I believe so. But Russians have this in their church. I'm not sure about other churches, but in Russian church, they have this like anathema. It's when they curse somebody they hate. Like they curse Ukrainian hetmans, they curse Varfolomei now, and stuff like that. So it's like literally you curse somebody in your prayer. It's freaking insane. I think Jesus would not approve. Did the church officials take Andrei and Anna's masterclass in cursing? I don't know. I think, after this masterclass, we will go straight to hell after we die. Maybe not. I will, definitely. Who said religion is the opiate of the masses? Was that Marx? It was Marx, but again, religion can be used like a weapon, because you can use weapon to rob banks, you can use weapon to protect yourself from the robbers, or like knife. You can use knife to cut sausage, or you can use knife to, I don't know, like murder somebody, right? Same with religion, same with anything. It literally depends on people, not on religion. It's like, I don't know, there are good cops, there are bad cops. Today I was watching some documentary on YouTube regarding like psychopaths, and turns out that a lot of psychopaths are joining like police. And the reason for that is because they like, power, they like to be important, they like to have power over other people and things like that. And that's just one thing that brings them joy, because their dopamine is produced only when they can manipulate others, which sounds absolutely plausible, until they violate law. I think it's not a bad thing though. But same with anything. Army, like Ukrainian army that incurs, for example, Kursk region and brings locals humanitarian aid, or like Russian army that invades Bucha and buries people in the mass graves. There's different things. So it's absolutely the same with religion. It's not because some religion is good and other religion is bad. It's how you're using this religion. For what purpose? Cursing as in excommunication, something like that. Yeah, this stuff is called anathema. Let me check it out. Let's see. Anathema. Oh my god. Anathema. Oh, we have a rock band called Anathema. So, in the Old Testament, the word anathema has two main meanings. One is to describe that something as being hated or avoided. The other refers to a formal excommunication by a church. Yeah, basically that's the thing. You know the word. Here we have anathema in the sense of a curse attributed to Pope Gregory XI. What did he do? Pope Gregory XI. I'm not really sure. Yeah, but it's good to know. I was police. Am I psycho? Yeah, probably. I don't know. I was police myself, but even sometimes when I ask myself such questions, I refer to videos on a YouTube. You know, there's a lot of doctors, educated people who know about psychology much more than me, and they basically say, if you even ask yourself, like, are you a psychopath? There's a big chance that you're not. Can I recommend a video? It's a summary video of Ukraine full of memes, perfect for watching in your free time. Ukraine becoming history. Let's check it out. Ukraine becoming history. This one. Okay. Yeah, those memes. Yeah, I'll give it a try when I have free time. Guys, please check those out. Does Ukraine not have... We already answered this one. How can the F-16s or any jets for that matter escape detection when landing? Usually when you're flying like really low, really low, and I'm talking about 15 meters, 20 meters above the ground, this may help because in order to stay undetected, again, I'm not a pilot. That is literally because I'm a fan of aviation. That is something that I know from other people and other resources. You have to stay low above the ground. So if you're flying low, and this is something that we can see all the time from different footage of like Ukrainian airplanes flying like really low above the ground in different regions, that is something that they do in order to avoid being detected by the Russian raiders. There are, though, Russian raiders that can detect low-flying objects, and they can even detect like people walking. For example, we have this absolutely amazing radio location station called Fara. Let me show you this one. So we have it. We don't have it in English. That's a shame. So this stuff here, this is Fara. This is Russian radio location system. It's used by like battalion level reconnaissance. Okay. So what it does, it can recognize birds, walking men, cars, basically all objects that can move. they cannot see, they cannot detect targets at a big range. I believe that the range is. So here we have. It can detect a man at 2 kilometers, tank at 4 kilometers. Different version can recognize man at 3 kilometers, car at 6 kilometers. So this is Russian radar, radio location station. That's why they are not really convenient and not really effective in detecting airplanes, because it's like literally up to 6 kilometers. But they were used quite often. I believe 2015 we saw quite a few of them when we were analyzing different videos produced by Russian terrorists. We saw quite a few of them. Attack ducks. Yeah, they're used to attack and poop on Russian invaders, because when they poop, they infect them with this virus produced in American biolabs. Only works against Russians. What is SVR? Служба внешней разведки, External Intelligence Service. It's a Russian intelligence service. Are there non-Discord centered community forums? Literally, I have no idea. Sometimes there are cases when, for example, like 3 or 4 different pro-Ukrainian YouTubers stream at the same time. I think it would be really cool if we had some kind of, like coordination center, but I'm not sure if it will be possible. Like, on the other hand, I think it will be even a bit silly if we have like a coordination center. Like, I'm going Mercado or like Jake, can you stream like 1 hour later? However, we do it from time to time, sometimes when we have like planned streams, Pasha may call me, for example, or I can call somebody else and ask whether I should like postpone my stream. What do you think about Baltic states? Only the best. Baltic states, they have the same experience as Ukraine regarding Russian neighborhood, regarding being Russian neighbors. And I believe that they feel us like Poles, for example. In Poland, they also know what it is to be a Russian neighbor. Has there been any casualties in the Ukrainian offense into Russia? I believe that there were casualties, of course. For example, you probably remember that Ukrainian prisoner that was decapitated several days ago in Kursk Oblast by 155th Russian Marine Brigade. So if they had prisoners, then 100%, of course, there were casualties as well. There are no wars without casualties, my friends. How can you use Russian and intelligence in the same sentence? Intelligence in terms of collecting information or conducting espionage, not in terms of having brain cells, generally speaking. Those are different things. But again, Russian KGB slash FSB should not be underestimated, guys, because this is something they are pro at, at collecting information, collecting intelligence, recruiting people, blackmailing people, buying people, and assassinating people. That is probably the biggest pillar of Russian regime, I believe. How much Russian land have Ukraine captured so far? And is there a good site that shows it live, possibly with borders showing? So as far as I remember, as of today, Zelensky reported that 92 Russian settlements already became part of Ukraine in Kursk. Soon we will see more. Currently, I'm expecting at least some kind of updates from northeastern parts of Glushkovsky region. Let's take a look at it. Come on, switch. Come on, Glushkova. Here, guys, here we have a river. It goes like here, blah, blah, blah. And Ukrainian forces are currently advancing here and here. Okay? Why are they doing this? Because here we have a big group of Russians, approximately 1,000 people. I've read Bild the other day, and they were talking about 3,000 people or something like that. I would say, according to my estimates, there's about 1,000 men. So they are locked, and the reason they're locked is because bridges across this beautiful river on the northwest collapsed from shame. So I'm expecting news from here. This will be something that may probably change the course of war. Maybe. Is there a Starsky Discord server? No, Sir Garrick, we don't have Discord server on my channel, unfortunately. I think of creating it, but I would probably need somebody to help me because I don't really know how to operate Discord. I'm so ashamed to admit it. And also, it will take a lot of time, apparently, but I think it's important. Have you ever spoken to Konstantin from inside Russia? I know about Konstantin. I wish him all the best, but among all Russians that I know, I only recognize sanctioned Ivan because he's cool, and Vlad Vexler because he's an intelligent man who lived many years in the United Kingdom, and he gives some really, really good insights. Everybody else, not really interested, seriously. Last year, was it last year? Or was it 2 years ago? Can't remember. But my viewers asked me to make some kind of stream or collab with Russian anti-Putinist YouTuber. And I had a dilemma whether I do that or should I make an interview with somebody who's like worth it, like for real? And I did interview with Nakin Fats Yuri, and we became good friends, and I think it was a right choice. So, I don't really think I would like to collaborate with any of them. Do you, you read in Bild? Sometimes. Not like I would say that it's like 100%, legit source of information, but it's a source of mass information, okay? So we have to check them as well. When will Putin be thrown out a window? As soon as he leaves his bunker, because I don't think there are windows in the bunker. There can be like sewers in the bunker, but not windows. How disruptive will the Kursk refugees be for Belgorod and Bryansk oblasts? Currently, there are 70, I would say a bit more than 70,000 refugees. But funny thing is that a lot of them got evacuated to like Mariupol or to Zaporizhian Oblast, Russia-controlled Zaporizhian Oblast, to Berdyansk. So I don't think they will be disruptive very much, because Russians are bringing them to like whatever as you can imagine. Tomorrow is the anniversary of the Russian invasion of Czechoslovakia. Do you know anything about it? We will be talking about it tomorrow, absolutely, because this is something worth mentioning, 100%. Can Ukraine sell harvested Kursk grain to offset previous stolen Ukrainian grain? I'm not really familiar with the wealth or with like agricultural capabilities of Kursk region, because for some reason they want our land, okay, all the time. And there was a question from Razor KFG regarding the defense in case of weather change. And again, I would tell you if I knew a bit more about the terrain in Kursk, because in Donbass, for example, it's easy. It's literally clay and mud. In winter, it's really, really hard to dig through it. In summer, it's also really hard to dig through it because it's either frozen or dry as hell, and really hard to dig using just shovel. In case there's like a rain or something like that, it's so bad. It's really bad because water doesn't go much into the ground. It remains in your trenches. It's really hard to walk because when you walk in Donbass after rain, with each step you grow literally a couple centimeters higher, like taller, because it sticks to the soles of your boots, and eventually you cannot even move because you have like 10 kilograms of clay on your boots. It sucks big time. In Kursk, I think there's a bit of different situation, but I'm not familiar with that terrain. What's your opinion on the YouTube Zach the Russian? No opinion whatsoever. If it's not sanctioned, Ivan, no opinion. Do you think the Russian Orthodox Church have any influence in helping to protect Orthodox churches in Ukraine from being damaged? And it's a really, really good question, my friend, because as you probably remember, there was this tremendous Russian missile strike on Odessa when one of the oldest churches in Odessa were damaged because Russians hit it, like directly hit it with a missile. So in Russian media, they said that they hit this church because apparently Ukrainians were building sea drones in the church, something like that. But of course, nobody was building sea drones there. But the fact was that it was an Orthodox Church of Moscow Patriarchate. Literally, they destroyed so many Russian churches themselves in Ukraine. So it's it's really hard to imagine how exactly they're saving, Orthodox churches in Ukraine. It's not so. Absolutely. It's not the case. So you don't rate Roman. Lisbeth, I'm just not watching him. Literally. Not because I hate him or something like that. No, he's got his own task. If Russia supports Ukraine, if they collect humanitarian aid or they support Ukrainian army, or at least support the voluntary corps, the Russian freedom fighters, I would be happy to watch their channels. I would become like their best friends. Trust me, because I have a lot of friends among Russian freedom fighters. Ilya Bogdanov, that absolutely amazing dude. But if they were not spotted doing that, I'm literally not interested. Do you attack Belarus too? Christian, there was information, and information came from our guys. What was the unit? Just a second, I saved it specifically for this case. And I lost it. Anyways, yesterday there was information that our troops noticed Belarusian forces on the territory of Kursk Oblast, and they already had contact with them. And they also captured some of the Belarusian equipment and stuff. I cannot confirm those updates because I have not seen any confirmation. At this moment, there's just rumors, but if it was the case, I would really, really want to see some kind of photos, video proofs of that, because that would be something really interesting. But at the same time, again, despite all of those crazy stunts performed by the Belarusian Spetsnaz, human pyramids, breaking bricks with their heads and stuff like that, working out on the horizontal bar, I believe that Lukashenko, despite all that, Lukashenko understands that his army is literally laughable. They have old Soviet doctrine. Because of the corruption in Belarus, they suck. Yes, they were kind of trained by Prigozhin's Wagnerites, but again, they suck. So not like, they will be eliminated in 3 days. We don't do that shit, but they will not change anything, even if Lukashenko will be crazy enough to attack Ukrainian troops. So that's just something to remember. Belarusian troops are freaking laughable. They're funny, seriously. And I believe that Lukashenko understands that as well. This one is interesting. What's your opinion on people that think Soviet stuff is cool and funny and keep making videos about Soviet morals or anything Soviet related? Some have a big audience. So it's like this. In Russian culture, for example, if we take Russian musicians or Russian artists or Russian writers, Russian authors, they all have this Sovietophilia, like nostalgia or something like that, because they were raised by Russian propagandists who would tell them that like Soviet Union is the best movies, best cartoons, best education, best like medicine, best I don't know, science, and everything else. Everything was debunked. Soviet Union was a poor country, really poor country. People had really small salaries. People could not buy shit, like literally, because there was always deficit of like soap or toys or anything else. Like you go to a store, you see 2 types of sausage if you're lucky, if it's there, and you have to stay like 2 hours in a queue to wait the sausage and then stand like other hour in the queue to get it and bring it home. It was crazy. People who don't remember Soviet Union, of course, they find it like funny and interesting and whatever. But people who remember suffering in the Soviet Union, they don't really laugh about it. Okay, parents who didn't know what kind of jacket to buy for their kids because in the atelier, oh my god. Well, yeah, when you go to some kind of state store, you know, to buy some stuff, to buy some clothes, and there's like 2 types of jacket, 2 types of shoes, 2 types of pants, and nothing fits, and everything made out of shit, you know. People don't know that, unfortunately. And, you know, I laugh all the time at people who think like American propaganda is as bad as Russian propaganda. Like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You have no idea. Everything was so good. Today I watched a video from... just a second. I would really like to advertise this man, okay, because he does some really cool analysis. Just a second. I was watching him literally today. Here it is. So this channel is ran by economist by Mark Bernat. Sorry if I butchered your name, my friend. So you can find a lot of explanations from an economist, like a legit economist, regarding what's happening in Russia with their economy and stuff like that. And why I was talking about... so he was explaining, you know, when he was a kid and he would listen to Echo of Moscow, Echo Moskvy, or something like that, Voice of Russia, whatever, Voice of Soviet Union. So in those radio transmissions, they would always say that Russia is strong, everything is good, everybody's happy, and everything is fine. And I remember that propaganda myself. I was listening and watching that chat all the time because I was a small kid. I loved, I enjoyed looking at like moving figures and stuff on a screen. But they would say that, yeah, absolutely, everything's fine, everything's good. And then, like late 80s, early 90s, all of a sudden, good people in the US started like packing, humanitarian aid for Russians and sending this humanitarian aid to Russia to save poor Russian people from starvation. But other than that, everything was fine. You probably remember bush legs, like cheap chicken provided by the by the rotten West, by evil America, provided by them to save strong and proud Russian citizens from freaking starvation because their country could not afford it. But of course, you will never hear them saying thank you for that. Are there religion classes for kids in Ukrainian schools? Ooh. When I was a schoolboy, I don't remember that. Like, we didn't have it. I've heard that we had some kind of lessons regarding the Christian ethics, but I'm not sure if we have that now. Let me Google, because Google knows everything. Уроки християнської етики. Окей. Nothing later than 2022. Literally, can't see anything like later than 2022. Which is interesting. What are the chances that the liberated Belarus join the Ukrainian armed forces? So I will not answer this question because I don't know much about Belarusians other than like there are proper Belarusians fighting in the Belarusian units here in Ukraine against Russian invaders, and the rest basically suck. But there was something really, really cool. Let me share it with you. So today there was a press conference, okay? And do I have it? God, I saved it specifically for today's stream. Like, literally. Yeah, here it is. Give me just a second, my friends. So, today, the Military Intelligence Service of Ukraine, known as GUR, had a press conference with those guys, and there in the middle, you can see a guy that is actually Russian. So they reported that an operation was conducted. Russian soldier joined or agreed to work with Ukrainian armed forces, Ukrainian intelligence. And here we have Greg Terry. Greg Terry, hello. Welcome to the chat. It's been a while, my friend. So this man decided to switch sides, and while he was still on the Russia-controlled territory. He eliminated commanders of his battalion, and then he withdrew to the Ukraine-controlled territory. We literally had like a press conference regarding this literally today. So you're a fan of Harry Potter? Yeah, I am. Big fan. I'm a bigger fan of that pink lady in fifth part. Yeah, she was really cool. I also like cats. What happened to all those happy orcs that saw Metallica in Moscow in 1991? Yeah, that's a good question. I think they're like listening shit like shaman nowadays. At least they have to. However, on the other hand, they have quite a few musicians who support Russian invasion. For example, Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst turned out to be a complete asshole. Max Cavalera from Sepultura, Soulfly, he's also an asshole for quite a while already, because I believe he has like a Russian wife or something, and she turned him into like Russian Orthodox Christianity, and he became like Russian Orthodox Christian. That's why he supports Russian occupation of Crimea and shit like that. Max Cavalera literally died for me. On the other hand, though, there's many more skilled musicians who can play guitar with more than 4 strings, okay, or 3. How many strings does he use? Just got here. We're talking Red Cross. Yeah, we're talking about all kinds of assholes today. Ukraine separation, church and state. Yeah, separation, church and state. The thing is that Russian Orthodox Church is not a church. No toilet paper in the USSR. Yeah, not just no toilet paper in the USSR. Toilet paper emerged like 8 years after Gagarin went to space. He was launched by Sergei Korolev, the constructor who built his rocket, and Sergei Korolev was a Ukrainian, actually. Do you have enough Red Cross-ish humanitarian support for the prisoner surge? They have access to all kinds of international organizations, literally. Unlike Ukrainian prisoners in Russian prisons who literally cannot contact anybody. I talked to several guys, okay? I talked to several guys who were captured by Russians. One was kept literally 1 month. Then another one was kept 7 months, my friend Bogdan. Another one was captured for more than a year. None of them had like ever seen a representative of Red Cross, like literally never. They just don't operate in Russia because they suck. Is it not hard to trust a Russian that switches sides? Of course, it's kind of. I would not call them completely reliable. On the other hand, if they did it, they had a reason. And by their actions, you can literally see the reason. What Pink Lady? What Pink Lady? Ah, Pink Lady from Harry Potter. God, what was her name? I literally watched it like yesterday, I think. This one, Dolores Umbridge. I like her so much. You know why? Because she reminds me of my old boss when I worked on a television in like 2011. I had a boss who like acted in a very similar way. She would always smile, and she was like concentrated evil, like a complete psychopath. That's why she became a boss, apparently. Yeah, she reminds me of her all the time. What Red Cross doing as Ukraine troops gave Kursk civilians food? Again, it's a good question. I don't think that we will see Red Cross in Kursk region because like they don't participate. Okay, they just don't. And as far as I remember, International Red Cross is being funded by donors, like funds, donations, right? So what they do is basically they sit in Kiev, buy pizza, doing other things, but I have never seen them going somewhere else, on their big, armored, expensive white trucks. And this is a good question because yesterday, I saw a video of a Ukrainian soldier. Actually, I think I saved it here. Guys, give me a second. I really, really hope that I have it here. Come on. Not this one, not this one. I will talk about it, I believe, in the next video. So there was a video where Ukrainian soldier saves a disabled person in Suja or in the Kursk region because there was a person with disabilities who could not walk, and she could barely move, basically. And those who cared after this person, they abandoned her and they ran away. And Ukrainian soldier brings like water to her, because there's nobody to care after this lady. And this is so freaking unnormal. I cannot comprehend like how you can do that, how you can literally leave a person with disabilities to die in a locked apartment without, like, this lady could not even drink herself, that's why I will always say this, Ukrainians are not Russians. We're so different. We are just so different. Who will win USA elections? It's either American people or Putin. What did people in the USSR use before toilet paper? Newspapers. And in some specific cases, they used newspapers even after the toilet paper was introduced in, I believe, 1968. I hope Bogdan knows how much we appreciate him. Yes, he does. And I really hope that he's watching my streams from time to time. If not, I will pass your greetings. Speaking of toilet paper, did you hear about the Russian mathematician who had to work it out with the pen? No, I haven't heard of that one. Emma Watson. Emma Watson is nice, but guys, come on. Like, if you're watching Harry Potter, so first of all, Hermione, according to the book, right? She could not look like Emma Watson. That's one thing. Second, Emma Watson in Harry Potter is like little girl. Like we are normal people. We have proper, okay. We are not Tucker Carlson. Oh my God, Tucker Carlson's. What was the name of this idiot? Scott Ritter. Yeah, we're not his friends. We're not in his club. And speaking of Scott Ritter's friends, there was this American soldier that Russians like to brag about all the time. I believe call sign Boston or something like that. American soldier bravely fighting for Russian invaders. As far as I remember, like he escaped from the United States because he was like wanted for that very reason why Scott Ritter went to jail. Just wondering, is Mountain Dew available in Germany? I think I saw it, but I gotta check. But come on, guys. The proper Mountain Dew is American Mountain Dew. Okay, I don't recognize any other Mountain Dews. Are Denis Davidov's channel and reporting from Ukraine on YouTube legit? From what I saw, yes, they give some interesting insights from time to time. Reporting from Ukraine, those guys are legit 100%. Denis Davidov, come on, like, he's my bro. I cannot say bad things about Denis Davidov. Andrew, can you do another stream with Anna from Ukraine? Maybe words we might hear on videos, and recap some of the swear words as well. Really enjoyed the stream. Thank you so much. It was a really, really cool stream. I enjoyed as well. It was really nice. I believe in the future, maybe I will go to her channel sometime. Turkish pizza in Düsseldorf. Yeah, Turkish pizza in Düsseldorf. It's not bad. Unfortunately, they don't have like Ukrainian restaurants in Düsseldorf. They have several places where you can order stuff or like have delivery, but you cannot dine in, unfortunately. Otherwise, that's a really good place. Which Patronus would you be? Either duck or a mosquito. Either or. Yeah, and a good question from Cheryl. Why do all the American pedos end up in Russia? Well, because that's exactly the type of individuals the Russians are looking for, to recruit. Because like normal people won't go fighting for Russia. Normal people would never support Russian terrorism. Only people that can be either blackmailed easily or people with mental problems, like MTG, for example. What is the dish of Ukraine? Dylan, it's borscht. It's vareniki, also known as pirogi. But pirogi is Polish version, vareniki is Ukrainian version, vareniki with sour cream. It's halushki. It's green borscht. It's holodets, which is jelly meat. It's all kinds of zapikankas. I don't even know how to translate zapikanka, but what I know is that we're starting my favorite topic. So let's talk about food. Zapikanka. So zapikanka is basically this. Guys, it's not a cake. It's not a pie, okay? It's something different. My mom would explain, really. It's much softer. It's basically... it's not a cheesecake. I don't know. Like, it's something really Ukrainian. You can make it out of rice. You can make it out of noodles. You can make it literally from cheese or something else. But it looks like this. This one, by the way, is my favorite because I love everything with cherries and cheese. So, this is zapikanka. This is... Holubtsi, internationally recognized Ukrainian dish, holubtsi. Inside of holubtsi, which is basically cabbage roll stuffed with usually rice and a bit of meat, the best version that I know, right, is when instead of rice, you add like 50% of buckwheat. And with meat and just a bit of rice, it tastes like heaven, my friends. It's like look at this. Oh my, I'm drooling so much right now. So this is holubtsi. We also have... we have vareniki z vishnyami, vareniks with cherries. Like, look at this stuff. They are sweet, and if you add sour cream, like you put one in your mouth and you fly away. It's just so good. You eat it, and you suddenly feel like out of your head, there grows this like Ukrainian, this haircut, and then under your nose you feel like mustache growing, and you feel like singing, I don't know, Їхали козаки із Дону додому, and you don't even know what it means, but it feels so good. Your soul is happy. And then you take another one, and, out of your hands, there grows like horse, and suddenly you find yourself sitting on a horse, riding somewhere like beyond the horizon, and singing Ukrainian songs. This is just that good, okay? This is just that good. So that is vareniki z vishнями. But also, because those vareniki that you see on your screen, they're boiled, also we have a different version that is made on steam, my friends. And you can take them with your hands, and they're like big, and they're just good. I don't know how to express it. So what else? We have a lot of stuff. Like, look at this, guys. I promised you to show you the green borscht. This is something you probably never heard about. Yeah. For example, this one. This one looks legit, actually. No, actually, it's not. This one looks legit. So this is a green borscht. This is like borscht, only green. I don't remember if it contains like cabbage. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Then we have proper Ukrainian borscht, right? And what makes borscht special? So first of all, take a look at this perfect dish, okay? You have beetroot, you have cabbage, you have something that reminds me of beans, right? Because it's a proper borscht. Of course, you can also throw some chicken or pork. It will still taste well. But what makes it special? So if it's hot, it tastes like in a specific way, okay? If it's hot, you can throw some cold sour cream in it and stir it to make it cool down faster. And when it does, it starts tasting a bit differently. And then when it's completely cooled down and you put it like in a freezer, and then you take it out from a freezer and it's cold, it tastes absolutely differently. So it has like 4 different tastes, like same dish, but depending on its temperature and depending on the sour cream, it can have like 4 different tastes. Same dish, my friends. And also, like this one also looks legit. This one looks like borscht I always ate my entire life. But it's not everything, because you have to know how to properly eat borscht. And you have to eat borscht with big amount of onions, right? And black bread, sometimes with lard, sometimes not. It depends. And also, oh shit, what did I just do? Chesnik, the garlic, and salt. And no matter what you prefer, like garlic or onions and black bread, and it tastes freaking amazing. Now you can sue me for making you hungry, my friends. But I have to suffer as well, because I'm hungry as hell and I only have spaghetti. So this one looks like borscht with either ribs or I think it's ribs. And it's also very good. And on the background there, you can see pyrishki. Again, I don't know how to translate pyrishki, my friends. It's basically like those small, it's like dough with something inside. Can be cabbage, can be meat, can be potato, whatever. And it's baked, okay? Tell me if you know what I'm talking about. Polish... Oh my god. Polish pickle soup. So I don't know what exactly pickle soup you're talking about, but in Poland they have żurek, and we were talking about żurek the other day because a couple of days ago I went to Polish place because I wanted to have some borscht, but Ukrainian restaurants were not there. Okay, so I went to the Polish place, and I had legit Polish pierogi. And next time I'm there, I will order żurek. What makes żurek special? It's like soup in a pot made out of bread. Let me show you. Here, for example. And it's something crazy, guys. I have never seen anything like that in Ukrainian cuisine, but in Poland, this is like, it's a really, really special traditional stuff. So it's literally soup in the pot made from bread. How cool is that? I am not a big fan of soups, but this one, I would eat it like all day long. Oh, in Romania, we also have borscht. Julian, please let me know what kind of what kind of dish is most famous or more like most traditional in Romania. Please let me know because I want to know it. Maybe we have that in Ukraine as well. I have to go. Can't wait more. Can't watch more food today. I'm really, really sorry. I will go myself very soon. Does Ukraine have smoked sausage on the menu? I will show you this. This is something, again, really cool and traditional. I love it, even though somebody may puke. But this one is called bloody sausage. Okay? So we make it out of blood and buckwheat and meat and lard and like garlic, onion, all kinds of spices. We call it kravyanka, bloody sausage made out of blood. So you cut it in small pieces and you eat it, and it's just so amazing. It tastes like I don't even know what to say. Like, I cannot compare it to anything. But it always smells really good because there's plenty of spices inside, and I would really like you to try it. Aha! So we have mitzi, meaning something like meatballs. Ah. I gotta check this one. Borscht and sarmale like cabbage pools. Sarmale, guys, let's check it out because I'm not really acquainted with Romanian cuisine. I wanna know. Ah, those. Yeah, they look like holubtsi a bit. Yeah. They look like holubtsi, like the ones like the cabbage rolls that we have. And generally speaking, I think that this dish is something that we share with Romanians. I think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've heard something like that. Yeah, they're really nice. Really, really nice. Friends, I don't want to torture you anymore because I'm torturing myself even more than you. Oh, and Lady Bird asks a very important question. Grape leaves. So sometimes you can see those holubtsi made out of grape leaves. I remember eating something like that back in my days. Blutwurst, klar, ja, absolut. Black pudding in Britain. Ah, yeah, I've heard about it, but I think it's a bit different thing. Polish hunter sausage. Generally, my friends, if you want to find proper meat in your country, no matter if you live in like Canada, United States, like anywhere, if you want to find proper meat or like proper sausages, buy Polish stuff, okay? Just buy Polish stuff because it's so good. It's internationally recognized for being like high quality sausage, high quality meat. Find like Polish store and just go there and buy Polish sausages. I am an international food spy. I'm ready to be recruited anytime. Grape leaves is more Middle Eastern. Could be. Ah, yeah, you're actually you're right. We're all Slavs. Makes sense. We have a similar cuisine. Yeah, but we also have a lot of things from different cultures. Dessert. Oh my god, what to have for dessert? You know, guys, I will probably go and have like proper ice cream right now because 600,000 and stuff. I won't be keeping you any longer, my friends, because frankly saying, I'm hungry as hell. Guys, thanks for watching. I really hope that we will see you very, very soon again on my channel. And, never talk about food while being like hungry, because I will literally go and raid my fridge right now. Okay. Have a good day or night, wherever you are. Don't eat too much. On the other hand, do. Like, why not? We only live once. My dear friends, thank you so much for supporting Ukraine. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. And as always, good Nacht, good night, bona sera. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.